What's up? How are you guys tonight? We're going to do another live Q&A, just about anything. I haven't really been following the news lately, just kind of been taking things day by day. So, whatever you guys like to talk about, whether it's related to diet, health, nutrition, current events, vegan nonsense, whatever it may be, what else is going on YouTube. Hopefully some of you Europeans are joining me tonight. I know it's quite late over there. So thank you especially for joining me. And of course, thank everyone else for joining me today. I've just been so exhausted lately. I've been taking an hour or two nap throughout the day. My schedule's just been all over the place. It's just I have too much to do, and I'm a little too stressed out from doing the YouTube videos every day, things going wrong with my business, trying to figure everything out. But I'm making it work, and it's making me more and more inclined to start a farm and put things in my own hands as opposed to dealing with all these people. The bullshit documentary Sacred Cow. Yeah, I called it out. I called out Sacred Cow a couple months ago, and they blocked me on Twitter and YouTube and everything. The Sacred Cow account, they blocked me on all social media because I called them out for bullshit. There's a bunch of lies in that film, and it's just more low-carb diet propaganda. I think they even have in the book that grain-fed is just as good as grass-fed. And again, these people are very deceitful. The difference between grain-fed meat and grass-fed meat, that's very nondescript. Are you giving a cow that's been on grass its whole life some organic sorghum? Or is it a feedlot cow? Those two are the exact same thing. Both are grain-fed cows. You could have the highest quality beef in the world raised on the best pasture, and they give it some super high quality organic grain that's super healthy for the animal, and it's called grain fed. And then American feedlot nonsense is also called grain fed. As I've said many times on my channel, it's not necessarily about what the positives, how healthy is the food, how much nutrients are in the food. No, it's more about what's not in the food. Did you see the video I sent you on Snapchat? Yeah, I saw that. There was a cell tower on the school, in the elementary school. I don't know how people are okay with that. Yeah, they're misleading people. I started reading it. I don't think the advice is great. You have to understand that all of this is to sell products. When I was in Whole Foods earlier, it opened up my eyes to how big the keto carnivore movement is. They had a whole, and how much agrochemical that I'm not gonna go on and on about this. There's a lot of shitty meat in the United States they need to sell, and that's what these movements are about. When I was in Whole Foods, they had a whole wall of collagen supplements.
When is the testicles coming up on Frankie's free-range meat? Also, how much glucose does our brain need per day? Do the carnivores lie that fat is a better fuel source? I am tired of corn fakers bullshit.
I'll answer that in a second. Their whole agenda is to sell shitty feedlot meat. So when I was in Whole Foods and I saw a whole wall of collagen supplements, I was like, what the hell are they? And the ingredients on the collagen supplements are it says something like bovine hide collagen. Hold on, how do you make animal skin into this highly processed white powder? It goes to show how much agrochemical waste they have, and they put it in a plastic bottle on a Whole Food shelf and smack a $60 label on it, and you're like, what's going on here? When are the testicles coming on Frankie's free range meat? I'm going down tomorrow. We should have and we're going to restock inventory. I'm going to go see everything tomorrow. We should have brains and testicles in. How much glucose does the brain need per day? There are some arbitrary numbers thrown around, 120 grams, blah, blah, blah. But when you talk about brain glucose usage, that doesn't include body usage, muscles and exercise. And it's not instantaneous. So if people say, oh, the brain needs 120 grams of glucose, personally, from honey, I need to consume that 3 or 4 times a day, not just 120 grams once. So your body requires energy, carbohydrate or fat energy, and then glucose energy for the brain. It's the combined energy for the body needs to be pretty high. It's not just about, how much glucose does the brain need? Do the carnivores lie that fat is a better fuel source? It's very genetically based, and by genetically based, how well your enzymes how well your organs are able to produce enzymes. You know, some people's pancreas are better at producing lipase than others, things like that. Generally speaking, when someone is like a larger frame, Northern European descent, more fat inclined, you really have to try because, and you also have to understand that a lot of these African tribes, although they did consume a lot of meat, a lot of their energy sources were from starch as well. So, you know, there were tall, physically impressive tribes that were consuming carbohydrates as their fuel source. You have to understand, a lot of these they're pigeonholed into a dietary agenda because it's their job. You have to understand, all of these carnivore influencers, they're in secret societies, they're ex-military. It's really weird. It's really, really weird once you start looking at the background of all these dietary influencers. They're either, you know, they're ex-military, they're ex-vegan, there's something consistent in their past. It's really, really weird. They're either ex-military, ex-vegan, or in a secret society. Well, they're all in secret societies, but they're either ex-military or ex-vegan, and once you parallel these things together, it doesn't make any sense. They're just basically being paid and to influence people on making certain dietary choices. Some kid was reviewing one of your products, and the amount of shills in the comment section was insane. No, I saw that. Really cool kid. His name is Anthony. I've seen him a lot. I don't know how long he's been around my channel, but I've seen his name a lot. He messages me a lot. Really nice kid. He reviewed my Warrior bar, and he basically said that it's too expensive and it doesn't taste as good as it should. I have to disagree with him on the expensive part because it's actually the same as other meal replacement bars. The reason our Warrior bar seems expensive is because it's a really big bar. You know, you can buy 5 Metrics bars for one of our Warrior bars, but our Warrior bar has the same amount of calories as that Metrics bar, and it's only 5 ingredients where the Metrics bar has like 30 ingredients. So hopefully in the future we can reduce the size of the Warrior bar to make it seem as if it's similar to other market bars from the size perspective, therefore the price perspective. He said the bar could use more honey and be tastier. We don't know if we want to. That's as much honey as we can put in the bar to keep it keto. So then I have a question to ask you. Do you want me to add more honey and make it taste better and it's not keto? Or do you want me to keep it keto? That's the question. Do I make a bar I think a lot of people do want a lower carb bar. So I think I do want to keep the bar keto. But I will also, if you guys just want a really, really tasty bar and you don't care about macronutrients, I can do that separately. But yeah, there were a lot of shills in the comments on that video. There were a lot of people saying, oh, don't trust Frank Tufano, don't trust Frankie's Free Range Meat. I hate to break it to you clowns, but if you continue to make supermarket meat, I'll review every single one of your companies with objectivity, just like I did that shiny ass ball native deodorant asshole's head. Yeah, Steve, I think in the UK, in general, the conditions for the animal raising are a lot better. Just from the look, you can differentiate between grass-fed and grain-fed. I think I might, it's just maybe, I've done 800 videos on my channel. I would say between 40 and 50 of them need to be done on a yearly basis, very frequently, so maybe even several times a year. I'm thinking of redoing my vegan environment debunked. I'm thinking of redoing my grass-fed versus grain-fed video. These videos need to be redone and redone and redone because first of all, my channel is heavily censored, and 2, the agendas are constantly pushing the same bullshit over and over again, and people have very short-term memories. One thing I really want to emphasize and I'm not sure if I emphasize this in my other grass-fed versus grain-fed videos, is that if I had a farm myself, I would actually give the cows, I might actually give the cows some type of grain. I don't know if I would, but sorghum, what you guys have to understand is, grass is a seed. Am I saying this right? Yeah, grass is a seed. Well, there are a lot of seeds, but when grass grows, grains are seeds. When grass grows, all the way to the top of the grass shoot is a handful of seeds. That's what wheat is. That's what grains are. So technically speaking, in nature, cows would eat some of this grain. So if you get really, really high quality organic grain, I don't know what I would specifically feed the cows, but it does seem like a good idea just to increase the nutrient density.
Frank, I think you should stick to topics about
Stick to topics about debunking the carnivores. I did it for a while. I think you're just gaslighting me into talking about them so they get publicity and I don't. Because honestly, if they're not gonna talk about me, if they're gonna steal my ideas and they're gonna ignore me, I'm not gonna talk about them specifically. But I will gladly talk about how they're stealing people's money through their bullshit businesses. I've done plenty of video. I've debunked. I spent a year on my channel debunking carnivores. Like, I probably did one video a week debunking carnivores on my channel, and nothing really came of it. They banned me from Reddit. They banned me from all the carnivore forums. Every bar has a different taste. I had a bar that was sweeter, one that was salty, and one that tasted like the tallow. I'm going to talk to Adam about I'm going to ask Adam about the consistency of the bar. You can totally redo your old videos. The information is still relevant and will benefit from the higher quality. We'll still watch them anyway. Not everyone remembers everything anyway. Some shill is going to take what you just said out of context. Can already see Future and Frank video with the clip. I might give my cow some type of grain. No, I mean, again, what these assholes do is they use marketing terms to cleverly sell products. Butcher Box says they have high quality meat. They're selling you supermarket pork and chicken. They're literally selling you supermarket quality pork and chicken. It's disgusting. Why is whey protein so expensive? Dude, I went into Whole Foods earlier. Well, I know I said that several times this stream, but when I was looking at the collagen peptides too, I saw the grass-fed whey protein was like $30 a pound. I'm gonna sell it for you guys. We're gonna sell grass-fed whey protein. How much is grass-fed whey protein right now on Amazon? Grass-fed whey unflavored. 5 pounds is $60. That's not bad. Grass-fed whey protein. Where's it from? We can probably sell it for less than that. We can probably sell 5 pounds for like $50. Yeah. Oh wait, no. 5 pounds, $60. That's expensive. Kind of expensive. That's the cheapest one there is though. One raw grass-fed whey, 12 ounces, is $20. We'll see what we can sell it for. Probably, it's definitely going to be cheaper. If they're selling 5 pounds for $60, we can probably sell. All right, if it costs us that, no. Yeah, we could sell it for 50, a little cheaper. Seems very hard to find kosher organic meat everywhere. Yeah, it's hard to find even grass-fed meat. I went to Whole Foods earlier. I keep fucking saying that. Am I a Whole Foods shill? I just went there and I tried to buy a bunch of products and they didn't have anything. So when I ran out of meat, well, I didn't run out of meat, but I ran out of steaks in my fridge and I didn't feel like driving down to the warehouse to pick up some more steaks. And I generally don't like taking meat from Frankie's Free Range Meat because it throws off our inventory, but they didn't even have grass-fed steaks at Whole Foods. So I went back home and took some ground meat out of my freezer and just ate that. Can you eat fresh ground beef that's been in the fridge for 2 weeks raw? If it was freshly slaughtered, the general answer to that question is probably not. I get whey from pastured raw milk. Isn't that as good, if not better, than whey protein? Yeah, but whey is very like high liquid content, so it's hard to get a lot of protein. You can, even with just milk, even with the reason whey protein powder and milk powder are a lot better for bodybuilding and weightlifting is because they're really concentrated. If you wanted to drink the amount of whey protein, like how much, let me actually look this up to be exact. I think it's probably like 3 or 4 cups of whey just for 1 scoop of protein. Whey liquid. 100 grams. Hold on. The nutrition in liquid whey. 1 cup serving of liquid whey gives you 2 grams of protein. Yeah, no, you'd have to drink like 5 or 6 cups of whey just to get enough protein that was in a scoop of powder. So the amount of whey you'd have to drink from a volume perspective is insane. One of the reasons I stopped drinking milk was because even milk, which is a very, you would argue full fat raw grass-fed milk is a very calorie dense food, wasn't calorie dense enough for the liquid. I could drink 2 gallons of milk a day and I would still lose weight, basically. The liquid content of the food was too high. It had to be more concentrated. You know, if I put like 5 scoops of whey in 1 cup of water, that's a different story. That's what I could do. Has Adam been experimenting with new flavors for the Warrior Bar? I gave him a couple flavors to do, and he did one on his own. We're going to release the Warrior Bar flavors tomorrow as well as the brains and stuff back in stock. What happened with the veal? Did you still eat it? I got to go pick up some veal tomorrow. That's what I'm going to start eating again. I don't really eat chicken. I wouldn't buy chicken from anywhere besides a local farm. Is your whey going to be micronized? It's just going to be grass-fed whey. I'm not sure if it's micronized or not. Manuel, was that recent? A lot of people, you know what's weird is a lot of people will tell me, oh, this person made a video on you. This person made a video on you. Like, and I've had people tell me that probably at least, 10 times a week. And I'll go check the video they made on me, and it's like a year old. 2 years old. Half a year old, Should whitefish roe be similar in nutrition to salmon roe? I probably talked about that in my caviar video. Will the clay get stuck in your shower drain? That's a good question. That's why I dilute it very heavily. And I don't use that much at once when I'm pouring it down my hair. I don't really know. You see the Golden Era bodybuilding videos where they drink a gallon of store-bought milk a day? I haven't seen them, but the milk back then was probably a lot healthier. MK4 before bed cause insomnia. I haven't noticed specifically if MK4 causes insomnia. What's your favorite type of animal and cut of meat? I don't really have a favorite. I've had it sometimes I'll really crave something for a little bit and then I'll eat it and then I'll be over it. I'm just really grossed out by ground beef lately for some reason. Why do so many carnivores say don't eat pork? I have a local farm that has pigs outside all year and produces fantastic meat. The carnivore agenda is to sell feedlot beef. Right now, their problem is... Right now, they have a couple problems from a marketing perspective. One, their main goal is to sell beef because red meat is going bad on store shelves. That's why they started the carnivore diet in the first place. Red meat sales were bombing. I think I made videos on this. If not, I should. Red meat sales were bombing, and they had to push red meat sales up. People still buy pork consistently, and the reason they don't really care about people buying pork is because pork is used in so many processed foods that they don't need to sell pork. Beef is generally expensive, and it's not used to make... Yeah, sometimes they make hot dogs from beef, but pork is used in so many more products. Bologna, sausage, ham, bacon. Pork is used in so many products. It's not really that big of a... They're selling plenty of pork. And there's also the element that if you eat 3 pounds of feedlot pork per day, that'll get you sick much faster than 3 pounds of feedlot beef per day. Eating feedlot pork or chicken will make you much sicker faster. I took L-glutamine powder, did not notice a difference. Don't think it's necessary. Do shower head water purifiers remove chlorine effectively? That's what they're advertised to do. If you have gray hair from stress. A lot of you guys are asking me about the hair stuff. I think I gotta do a video on it. Do you ever cook anything more fancy for yourself? No, I haven't in a while. A good cheap cut for tartare. It's usually hard to cut the thicker cuts. One of the vitamin D and K2 supplements coming back in stock. I'm trying to get some supplies. Hopefully I can make them within a month. Can you thaw and refreeze liver in portions? Is it bad to refreeze? I mean, you can do it. It'll affect the taste and flavor a little bit. Have you experimented with COQ10? Not a lot. Beer or cider is less. Cider would be much less inflammatory than beer objectively. £20 of grass-fed sirloin for €5 a pound from a farm. 5 minutes. I mean, it's. I don't really know pricing in different countries. Do a collab with Big Lenny. He kind of creeps me out, to be honest. Any food supplements you recommend if I have to take a round of antibiotics? I mean, I don't like you guys. If you guys want to listen, if this is what you have to understand, if you want to participate in the modern medical system and listen to doctors, then don't ask a non-doctor for your solution. That's my advice to you. You want a doctor to fuck up your health? Let them go and get the doctor to fix your health. Hint, it's not going to work. You don't go to different mechanics to fix one job on your car. That would be stupid. That's what you're doing when you're messing around with doctors and people for your health. Yeah, I know more about your health than your doctor, but like you're going to go take antibiotics from your doctor. Like, what do you want me to tell you? You're going to fuck up your stomach. Don't come. You want to come to me and ask me how to fix it? Then write me a check. Like you're writing a check to your doctor. Bunch of comments on your vids, people debating if you're on steroids. Yeah, a bunch of losers, yeah. Guess that's as much of a compliment as you'll get from those people. Yeah, they create a different agenda to talk about on my videos every day to try to discredit me. Some people may have to take antibiotics for Lyme disease. You're saying that, but the doctor that's prescribing those antibiotics for Lyme disease doesn't even understand that you have to prescribe like antibiofilm and gut motility stuff. Like, don't get me started. It's not going to fix the solution. What would you do if you had an infected wound? I mean, in the hypothetical ideal scenario, you wouldn't have the wound infected in the first place. Using sand as shampoo? I mean, I never tried that. Seems like it would make even more of a mess than clay. Did you ever release the workout regimen, or is it still to come? I didn't do it yet. I don't know how the next few months are going to go. I'm losing my mind every day. Getting more and more difficult for me to make videos. Rogaine for hair loss. I mean, the hair loss thing seems like a really big topic for people. Part part of the reason I'm just more and more discouraged to make videos every day is because people just take my information and use it on their larger platforms. Why are you staying at your parents' right now? Because I can't really afford to. I mean, I'm looking for a property right now. I was making okay money last year on YouTube, but my revenue has gone down substantially. I've had problems with my organ supplements and these supplement contract manufacturers fucking me over. So now I'm not making an income from that business anymore, really. I'm not really doing any sales. Frankie's Natural sales aren't that high either. Maybe I should try to get the products on Amazon. My YouTube revenue is jack shit. I haven't made any money on Frankie's free range meat yet. So my income is like, it's just my income. I'm working harder and harder. My income's getting lower and lower. That's why I started doing the weightlifting stuff, and I'm trying to come out with some products. I'm just having a very difficult time. Are you going to make a hair loss ebook? Seems like people want to buy it. Yeah, but you have to understand, like, even my main book, I think I sold a few hundred copies, and then that was it, tapered off. You know, I don't have the promotion. I don't have the crooked connections that other people do. Are you still doing nutrition consultations? Yeah, I usually do a couple a week. I don't really push them that much. People reach out to me, though. I still have to do I still never did my Patreon videos. I got to film those. I'll try to film those tonight or tomorrow. A lot of you guys are asking me questions that I like are individual, like that I would answer in a consultation. Like I'm not gonna, like maybe there's a time in the past where I would answer these questions for free, but what motivates you to create great content? I mean, I have a list of ideas of videos I want to do, and I try to figure out, okay, what videos are going to get the most views, and then I factor in, okay, what other types of videos did I do today? You know, I try to do only 1 or 2 whiteboard videos a week. I try to do 1 or 2 day of eating. So I try to switch up the content so people don't get bored. Is it time to update the thumbnail avatar with some pounds of muscles and fairy boy hair? We have had the Frank Tufano thumbnail for a while. Maybe we should add some hair to it, right? Hey Elizabeth, thanks for the support. How are you today? Did we ever end up sending you the Wagyu steaks? Just leave a note on the order for me. Just send me a reminder. Cheaper price for a phone consultation. Honestly, I already charge less than Clown Peterson, so, and I know probably, how much more do I know than Clown Peterson in regards to health? 1,000 or 10,000 times more. So technically I should be charging, according to her prices, I should be charging $100,000 for 1 hour of my time. You should promote your consultations more. I think you could do a lot with that. I want to book one with you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to I'll try to say it more in my videos. I'm just trying to I'm really trying to get, I have a couple products I really need to get produced and going, and then hopefully that happens in the next few months. Haven't put in the order traveling. Hey, I hope you're having fun, Elizabeth. Your social credit is going down. Why is that? Because the Freemason clowns are paying people to slander my name, and YouTube is censoring my channel. $150 ain't that much if you compare it with a doctor. I've seen people charge $1,500 for a 30-minute phone consult. It's crazy. Yeah, people do charge a lot of money sometimes. I can't imagine why. I mean, there are a lot of really popular, famous people that'll get on like a podcast and then just start charging exorbitant prices for their consultations to just steal money from people and cash out. Why can't you create a new channel? This is a new channel, and this one is censored too. Should I create a third channel to get censored? It took me I had less than 3,000 subscribers for like over 2 years on YouTube. I placed my order on Sunday night and I got it today. Awesome delivery, packed very well. Impressed with everything. Hey Jay, thanks for the support. Hey, thanks Elizabeth. Are you still mostly carnivore? The higher prices for consultations draw people in because they think the person is knowledgeable and experienced, but they're really just money vultures. No, that's what it's about. And once you pay them $1,500, it doesn't matter if they get a second consultation with you or not. If I don't think people would pay that price, and I wouldn't be comfortable charging that much money. But if you're going to charge people that much money for a consultation, you better fix all of their problems in basically one consultation. If you create a new channel, don't expose the truth. I just told people that cell phone towers are radiating people. Like, that's literally why I'm heavily censored and shadow banned. Literally because I said cell phone towers are radiating people. You have to keep the Warrior bar cold at room temperature. You don't want it to melt, but room temp is fine. Why don't you create a really professional Frankie's Free Range Meat advertisement and then do an even better one for your future farm? I mean, like, have you not listened to the past 10 minutes of the podcast that I'm broke and I'm still at my parents' house? You're implying I can afford I spent thousands of dollars on YouTube advertising and they just censored my channel. The CIA has shadow banned you. I mean, that's literally what happened. And they took down my videos too. Do you still sleep in a cage? Yeah. Your shampoo will sell like hotcakes. Yeah, I got a bunch of work to do for Frankie's Naturals. I got to really just put my mind to it. And we talked about this on one of the last live streams. It's not really about that what I'm saying is the truth. It's more that if I say something that's the truth, then and they allow it. If I say something, this is the problem. This is the main problem. If I say something that's the truth and they let it go viral and get 1 million views, which it should, based on what I'm saying, then everyone goes around and asks the other YouTube people, hey, what do you think about this? Why aren't you talking about this? That's what they can't have. The problem is, if I talk about something, it's not that I'm telling the truth, it's that it puts the pressure on other people that are liars, and then they realize, oh, everyone's a liar and in the club. So it's much easier for them to just censor a few people and keep that at bay and let the other people be shills. For $1,500, you can get a better consultation, if you know what I mean. Even for like $700 or $800, you can get a way better kind of consultation. You should post the Orb of Confusion meme. What should I post on Instagram? Why do you think Joe Rogan has switched from controlled opposition to fear-mongering again? I haven't really watched what Joe Rogan's doing. Someone did send me a clip earlier of him saying that lab steaks are good. No, we don't ship to the UK at the moment, Liam. We have problems with customs. Carnivore, even on the road. I got some beef jerky sticks and cod liver. I'm cooking on the road, so many picnics, frying up ribeyes on my cast iron butane grill. Hey, Elizabeth, definitely take it easy on the cod liver unless you're tanning outside every day. I saw someone commenting that clay has a lot of heavy metals. Depends on the type of clay. Kaolin clay does not. Bentonite clay, certain volcanic clays do have heavy metals. I wish I had some of those Warrior bars. Those are so damn good. Great recipe. I love how much vanilla you pack in there. Yeah, it's not even a lot of vanilla. It's just a reasonable amount. Can you recommend a product for mewing jaw development? I mean, I spoke about it in many of my videos. You can't fix your jaw with a product. Frank is an excellent researcher battling commercially backed influencers. You got to be smart to see through the BS. And one other issue that people don't really mention is that it's not that you just have to be smart to see through the nonsense. There's a heavy inclination to not see through the nonsense because it makes your life more difficult. Oh wait, now you're saying I have to be careful about my cell phone use. Oh wait, now you're saying I can't eat whatever I want. Oh wait, now you're saying I have to go out and burn in the sun for 2 hours a day. You know, there's a lot of sacrifices that have to be made once you understand the truth if you want to be healthy. Would you consider making a video on Elon Musk and his transhumanism agenda? I mean, at this point, anytime I make a topic on the mainstream news coverage or something like that, it gets 2,000 views and it's so shadow banned it wasn't worth my time to make it. Can you fix your jaw when you're 17? Guys, I've answered a lot of, what should I make a video on? Should I make a video titled, Can you fix your facial development as an adult? And just repeat what I said in my video today. I just turned 17 with overbite. Should I wait and see how I can develop, or should I do surgery? 17, you probably have to wait till early 20s till your face is fully developed. I think around 19, I mean, I don't know how, if you want to keep braces on for a few years, then you can get this. I mean, they might tell you need to wear braces for 3 years and then you get surgery. That's the thing. What you want to do is you want to consult an orthodontist and see how long you need to wear braces for. And then like a year, then however long that time is, you want to get the surgery when you're 22-ish. It doesn't matter what you do now. Your 100K subs are just 5,000 views max. No, it doesn't. My videos are so heavily censored, they don't get recommended to my subs. They don't go in the algorithm. I think you should make a video on how these other YouTubers are stealing your ideas. I've already done 5 of them. It doesn't matter. I make a video that those videos I made of Rat Boy plagiarizing me, YouTube specifically shadow banned them and locked them down and didn't notify my subscribers. You don't understand how these people that I'm calling out, you don't understand how connected they are. They can literally call up YouTube and take down a video if they wanted. If there was a pandemic, the homeless would be dying everywhere. Oh no, I mean, no one's died outside of a hospital. There's too much nonsense to talk about. 100K subs equals 5,000 views. YouTube ain't playing around with the banning shit. No, they're not. The 5 grams towers and the cell towers being the main tool of the new agenda is right on the money, and it's the biggest. And I've said it in the videos I've made on my channel. If these towers are not up, they cannot do what they want. That's why they censored me so hard. You know, the media is very happy that the 5 gram stuff has somewhat phased out of the news. I went to a chiropractor and he went right to an injection instead of figuring out what problem I have. Oh no, it's all about making money. Is Frankie's Natural ship to Canada? Yeah, I ship international on Frankie's Naturals and organ supplements. Will you ever put your raw cod liver oil in capsules? We don't have the raw cod liver oil, and I don't know when we're going to have it. I mean, we were making a decent amount of profit on that. Let me I'll look into that tomorrow. Lead paint video. I'm seeing if I can get something to sell you guys. I just don't want to buy $5,000 worth of lead paint and then be stuck with it. Doctors get huge bonuses when babies get vaccines. Will you ever do a marine fitness challenge? You keep pretending this isn't a thing. I mean, one, I don't train for performance, or I train for hypertrophy and bodybuilding. That's like asking a bodybuilder to, when will you do a 100-meter swim challenge? It doesn't make any sense. Two, most of these fitness influencers are on steroids, so performance enhancing drugs, steroids, EPO, all that stuff greatly enhances cardiac ability. In the future, they're going to make genderless, no boy, no girl. What do you think about that? Yeah, no, I think it's very easy. I think they're well on their way to that. The Wi-Fi plays a big role in that. The high Wi-Fi frequency can reduce all sexual desire. So you're basically going to have this society where there's no gender, no sexual desire, all a bunch of robots. Thoughts on Christian Guzman shill? Look, I mean, everyone that has a large viewer base is in the club in some capacity. How obvious they shill products is an individual discussion depending on the person. I got 2 pounds of tallow from you a year ago when you first started, and I've kept it in the fridge the whole time. You think it's still good? I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Like, tallow is very non-perishable. I don't know how well it's been sealed. I mean, no, all that stuff comes from China. The lead paint, the anti-radiation stuff. Have you seen the documentary Icarus about the Russian doping program? I watched that. It wasn't that interesting. I don't really remember much about it. Isn't lead paint illegal? Technically, I'm not sure if it's illegal. They don't sell it anymore because it blocks radiation, and they made an excuse that the only reason lead paint's dangerous is if you eat the paint. But I think all paint is dangerous if you eat it, so I don't really know how that makes any sense. Guzman's building an Alpha Elite gym while 5 grams towers are being put up. Yeah, I don't think building a gym is a good investment idea right now. Unless she's trying to launder money or something. I mean, that doesn't seem like a good business investment right now. I've had my own personal ideas for opening up a gym and a restaurant in the past, but those two went right out the window. You ever plan on doing cardio? I barely have enough. I barely want to do what I'm doing right now in the gym. I'm so over working out. No matter what your channel's about, if you're not exposing this fake pandemic, you're a shill. Well, yeah, but when everyone cooperates on YouTube, when all the big influencers cooperate with each other and don't expose it, and then censor everyone that's not, it puts everyone else in a tough position. They create the truth. The truth isn't the truth. Why do some guys have a lot of body hair and some don't at all? That has to do with your nationality as well as your testosterone genes. Can you make a carnivore Alfredo sauce on your next food video? I actually have a carnivore Alfredo sauce recipe written down here somewhere that I never made. Mainly because I don't know what you'd put it on. Why can't you open a butcher shop so people can buy and you can make money? Because I can't afford the equipment to open a butcher shop. It's a few $100,000. Why don't you take a few days off from working out? I mean, I don't take days off. Testosterone is usually a big factor in facial hair and hair growth. Yeah, but I keep thinking of Native Americans and like Native Alaskans and certain Asian people that do have high testosterone, but they don't have body hair. So I think it's also genetics. But no, I mean, I obviously have low testosterone because I'm a hairless Italian person. So that's one explanation. Put the Alfredo sauce over some veal. I had a couple recipe ideas for this weekend. I was debating between one I've been trying to do for a while is a meatloaf, and the other one was going to be some type of veal cutlet. I was going to do a veal cutlet, just egg and bread with Parmesan, just veal pounded thin, egg wash, bread with Parmesan. And I was trying to decide, do I use Parmesan or do I use einkorn flour? I was trying to decide, okay, do I want to do like a carnivore veal Parmesan, or do I want to do, I could do a carnivore veal Parmesan with just Parmesan cheese crust and mozzarella melted on top, and a completely carnivore Parmesan, or I could do a legit veal Parmigiano with high quality ingredients with like einkorn flour, tomato sauce, all that stuff. I couldn't decide between which one. The meatloaf would definitely be carnivore though. Do you plan on reading more books? I haven't read a book in a while. I probably should. You guys have to understand, when I spend 2 hours a day answering emails, 2 hours a day eating, 2 hours a day working out, 2 hours a day, what's the important one? Eating, working out, answering emails, 2-3 hours a day filming videos, like, and then I have to spend another 3 to 4 hours writing scripts and researching. Like, I don't have time. Like, would I like to read a book? I'm just exhausted. 7 days a week. There's something about you is very attractive. It's like a high, healthy self-esteem, but you're still honest and humble at the same time. Yeah, it's mainly because I don't really care about. I've never like wanted anything myself. Like I've thought very hard, and I would not like when you said those doctors were getting paid for vaccinating children, like, or babies. There's no amount of money or any material possession you could give me to make the wrong decision. It's just in my mind, like, what are you going to offer me? Like, you're going to, like, you could literally come up to me with 10 bars of gold and 15 Russian models and say, do this, and I still wouldn't fucking do it, because I understand there's more important things. Do you still believe in this pandemic? I think you should go on my main YouTube channel and watch about 15 of my recent videos. Burger King changing their cow feed. What? Oh yeah, they added what, lemongrass bullshit. It's all virtue signaling nonsense. I could make a video on that if I want to. It would basically be like before I started getting really heavily censored about the Wi-Fi radiation stuff, I was getting really censored when I made climate change videos. So when I was calling out people and saying, "Oh, environment and climate change is a lie," I was getting heavily censored. So if I try to make a video saying, "Oh well, Burger King lemongrass feeding to cows to reduce methane emissions is bullshit, it's a lie, they control the weather," like, once you understand that they can control the weather, like, everything goes out the window. Like, there's no climate debate anymore. If you look at my recent climate and environment videos compared to the older ones I made, when I used to make older videos on climate and the environment, I was played into the nonsense. I thought that global warming was real, and I didn't understand this and that. And I was arguing that, okay, well, if you look at real percentages of methane emissions, that's not the issue. The issue is conventional factory farming. The issue is high production factories, stuff, whatever. But once you understand that greenhouse gas emissions that they're arguing about are like 0.04% compared to water vapor of the actual CO2 on this planet, you realize, okay, hold on. The man-made CO2 doesn't matter at all. If that's even true. If any of that's all right, so if everything's even true, then it doesn't matter because of man-made water vapor. And then even if that's true and that matters, well, they can just spray shit in the air and change the weather however they want. If it gets too hot, they just spray some shit in the air and put up clouds. If it gets too cold, I'm sure they could burn some holes in the ozone. They can control the weather. So the climate stuff, them like Burger King saying that, oh, we feed lemongrass to cows or we feed seaweed to cows to reduce methane emissions. It's virtue signaling because you're doing something that's not real. Same thing with that bullshit Sacred Cow documentary. Oh, regenerative agriculture. Yeah, there's a bunch of dog shit soil because of poor farming practices, and if you put cows on it, you can regenerate the soil and have something that can sustain life. But that has nothing to do with global greenhouse gas emissions. That has to do with that specific plot of land. Your face looks caramelized. That's what I'm going for. If I don't like salmon, is there another caviar I could buy? It might be hard to get. None of them really taste that great except for the really expensive stuff. I think solar minimum is real. It's July and it's cold where I live, or they're spraying the air. No, they're spraying the air. I'm not convinced the solar minimum is real at this point. I'm convinced they're spraying the air and that they're calling the solar minimum, they're using the solar minimum as an excuse to spray the air. Even if there was a solar minimum, if it was true, we know they can spray shit in the air to warm things up. So it's stupid. Your thoughts on these delusional people who think Epstein's girlfriend will expose these it's comical. It's so funny to me that these elites are literally still diddling all these kids, and they're fucking laughing at the public. They're literally sitting there diddling kids, laughing at the public, thinking they're gonna stop diddling kids. It's fucking hilarious. Guys, Google the statistic. 800,000 children go missing in the United States every year. Unless 10 million kids suddenly pop out of the ground and we see them in giant camps, they're a bunch of liars. You don't understand how many children have gone missing. You could literally give a kid to every single family right now. Every single family in the United States gets one kid. That's how many children they're abusing. Yeah, I don't believe in the solar minimum stuff anymore. It's like it just doesn't make any sense to me because they have to make up an argument and they have to make stuff up. They have to make stuff up to justify what they're doing. The kids pop out of Wayfair closets. I think that I don't know if that was true. I didn't look into it. I didn't read any articles about it. I think that might just be a ploy to take down Wayfair and create some and then what Wayfair is going to do is AstroTurf some new businesses. So don't be surprised if you see some new furniture company pop up in the next few weeks. It's just Wayfair. Same way, they're probably shipping out of the Wayfair warehouse. FBI protects the elite. All the government organizations, CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, NASA, all of the police, every government organization is created to protect the elites in a way and control the human population. Wait, where do you think all our tax dollars are going? How is it possible that they need to take like 30% of every single individual's income? Like, what the fuck do you think they're doing with that money? I think we'll wrap this up in 10 or 15 minutes, guys. I still have to film tomorrow's video, and I still have to eat and work out. So I'm not going to get to bed that late tonight. How much money would you need to go vegan for a year? I don't know. I would definitely do it. It's just the amount of money. I mean, I'd be honest about it, and my health would probably deteriorate. I think with my current nutrient stores, vegan for a year would be pretty. I mean, vegan for a year is pretty harsh on anyone's health. Um, I think a year is tough. If someone came up to me with a more reasonable time span that wouldn't harm my health, I might think about it. If someone came up and said, "Hey Frank, I'll give you $50,000 if you go vegan for," all right, maybe if someone said, "Frank, I'll give you $100K to go vegan for 3 months," I'd probably do it. That's my first offer. $100K, 3 months to go vegan, I'd probably do it. Even then, I still don't know. But if you're talking a length of time that would inevitably harm my health, 6 months, a year, it'd have to be a lot of money. For vegan for a year, probably over $500K. Because that's under the constituent that, if I start having really severe health problems, that I have to stick with the diet. Isn't strip steak too fatty to combine with carbs? A lot of steaks are very fatty, so you got to be careful. Wayfair itself is linked to the elites, and well, maybe that's why my mother has bought so much furniture from there. No wonder their furniture is shit, because they're trafficking children. They're not selling furniture. I'm just not having. It's just not fun to have to chase money to. It's not fun to have to chase money to help people. I shouldn't have to come up with 10 different fucking businesses to make enough money to start a farm or butcher shop to provide people with quality food. So if you guys have any more questions, we'll wrap this up in 5 minutes. I mean, thinking about stuff like that is pointless. Like, no one's ever going to offer you money to go vegan for a year. It's going to be inclusive to, like, okay, you have to do a sponsorship, you have to say this, you have to say that. It's not like you get a lump sum of money to talk shit about being a vegan for a year. That's not how it would work. It's a fantasy scenario. Why are the elites polluting their own planet? Because you can, like, there are parts of the planet that aren't polluted. Listen, you get a 200-acre plot in the middle of the woods. You grow your own vegetables and animals. You don't give a shit if you polluted everyone else. Wayfair bullshit is just another distraction. Yeah. You should just do 1 3-hour stream per week. Maybe we could make the vegan critique live stream on Sunday like 3 hours. I don't know. Why does the live stream have to be 3 hours? I've said this before. I think I don't mean to be. I don't like being negative, guys. But I think I've said it this live stream. Like, I've been working harder and harder and getting less and less. So, I used to do 2 3 4 hour live streams all the time. But now, I don't get as many viewers. It's not growing my channel. YouTube's censoring me. I'm not going to kill myself and sit on a live stream for 4 hours in a day anymore. It's not worth it. I think companies will furlough or lay off workers. I don't know how. To me, it just seems like, I don't know. It's fucking July. Everyone's been locked inside their homes for almost 6 months. Everyone's living in a goddamn fantasy world if they think things are ever going to go back to normal. They're complacent. They're okay with losing their jobs. They're okay. Listen, if people are okay with what's happened so far, we are completely fucked, because the amount of white vans and Wi-Fi infrastructure they're setting up under our noses, the LED lamps, the Wi-Fi towers, the one stimulus check, everyone losing their jobs, people getting fried with radiation, the gaslighting every day in the media. We're opening schools. Virus cases are at an all-time high. We're opening schools. Virus cases are at an all-time high. Schools need to open. Everyone in Florida is dying. Oh, the children need to be educated and fried by the Wi-Fi. Oh, people are dying in Texas. It's ridiculous. The gaslighting is disgusting. And it's comical how obvious it is. Any new supplements you plan on selling? I mentioned this too this live stream. I've had a lot of difficulty with some supplement co-packers and manufacturers that basically took my money for 3 months and then didn't make my supplements and then gave me my money back. So now I got to call up 10 Chinese people to try to get these powders myself to make the fucking supplements myself in my goddamn garage. So I'm losing my mind with the supplements. And I think, listen, I made that video on Fitness Equipment Empire because they're a bunch of assholes. Despite how much of an asshole these supplement companies have been to me, I didn't want to make a video on them, but this guy stole $300 from me, so I'm gonna fucking make a video now. And I'm gonna make the video. I'm gonna explain the scenario, how they led me on, how they fucked up my labels and put a fucking pig logo on my beef products. And you guys are gonna, and as a favor to me, you guys can call them up all day, and then this little pussy is gonna send me my $300 back, and I'm gonna call him a stupid faggot. He got suspended on Kickstarter. Oh, yeah, there's some, yeah, that's funny. Carnivore Bar goes on Kickstarter. This is, I mean, we talked about this. We talked about this a year ago. Carnivore Bar goes on Kickstarter, gets tweeted by Jordan Peterson, raises $90,000. Jordan Peterson tweeted my Kickstarter for Frankie's Free Range Meat. I didn't get one fucking donation. I think it's all fake. So then when the Kickstarter got $35,000, $40,000, people, some vegans reported it. Some vegans contacted Kickstarter. They knew someone at Kickstarter. Kickstarter was connected to the secret societies, and they shut our Kickstarter down. So we had to make our own website. And then the vegans contacted the host of our website, and we had a hard time getting the website approved. So they're really trying to take us down. Can you see yourself leaving YouTube and doing something else in the future? I mean, with how much I'm shadow banned on YouTube, I would have already liked to be in a position where I had my businesses set up, I had the farm set up, I was selling products. And, you know, if I had a business where I was selling meat and keeping business every day, and I'm just getting shadow banned on YouTube, I would probably just taper off. Invest in XRP. I don't know anything about investing, and I don't trust anyone about investing. Your label on my K2 says Frank's Meats with a pig next to it. Don't get me fucking started. All I have to do for that fucking supplement video is show the fucking labels these retards printed for me. It's ridiculous. Start a Twitch stream World of Warcraft. Great idea, buddy. All right, I'm going to wrap this up before I get any more negative. So I'll see you guys. I'll try to keep it more positive on Thursday, although you guys are just bringing up negative topics. Although I gotta rely on myself to steer it in a more positive direction. You think things would be different if you're a hot girl? What kind of fucking... That's a dumb question. We'll answer that next live stream. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to go do some work for a couple hours, and I'll see you for